Okay, for guided instruction today, you would need your notebook. The first thing I would like for you to do is head your paper, write your first and last name and date at the top. You can feel free to, for your heading for this activity, you can write employing dialogue. Employing dialogue. I want you to write down two of your vocabulary terms for this week. The first vocabulary term is dialogue. So if you did not know how to spell dialogue, here it is. Dialogue is a conversation between two or more people. Please pause the screen and write this information down. Okay, your second term for today is quotation marks. Quotation marks are used to mark the beginning and end of a quoted passage. Pause the screen and write down the definition of quotation marks. I wanted to go over our anchor chart for the week. I am hoping that you can see the anchor chart behind me. If not, just follow along by listening to my voice. This is our employee dialogue anchor chart for the week. When characters in a story talk to each other, this is called dialogue. Dialogue is an important part of the story because it helps the reader learn more about the story and the characters. Now, let me zoom in so you can follow along as I read the things to remember in green. Things to remember. The words a character speaks are set apart by quotation marks. There's a beginning quotation mark, two little lines, and then there's the end of the ending quotation marks. The beginning quotation mark starts at the beginning of the sentence, and most of the time, the ending closing quotation mark will end after the punctuation mark or after the statement is completed. Another important thing to remember is the dialogue written quotation marks follows the same rules as regular sentences. The first letter in the sentence should be capitalized. You do not have to write this down, but I will make reference to this chart as we move forward. I would like you to write this rule of thumb in your notebook under your vocabulary terms for today. It says, words like said, called, told, and replied lets the reader know who is speaking in the story. So when you focus on quotation marks and dialogue and how to employ dialogue, you want to think about those key words that indicate that the character is about to say something. So words like said, called, told, and replied lets the reader know who is speaking. Now I want you to pause the screen and write this information down. Before I have you employ dialogue by using quotation marks on your own, I wanted to do an example for you. So here's a sentence. I want you to read the sentence to yourself. There is nothing like a warm drink on a cold day, Sister Tiana told Brother Marty. Now I want you to answer the question. What is the key word that indicates that someone is speaking? If you said told, you are correct. Told lets us know that one of the two characters are speaking. Sister Tiana told Brother Martique indicates that Sister Tiana is telling Brother Martique something. Now, I want to put the beginning quotation mark right before the sentence starts. That indicates that someone is about to speak. And I want you to think about where should the closing quotation mark go. There is nothing like a warm drink on a cold day, Sister Tiana told Brother Marty. So the statement is finished after the punctuation mark, and which in this case it's an exclamation mark. So after there is nothing like a warm drink on a cold day, you're going to close out that statement because that's the dialogue that is said by Sister Tiana. And the key word in this case was told that lets you know that there is a character speaking. Next, I would like for you to move on to your independent practice. What you're going to do is you're going to write down each sentence in your notebook, and I want you to place the quotation marks in the correct spot. I want you to think about where quotation marks start and finish. I want you to think about those key terms that indicates that someone is speaking. And I want you to make sure you have the correct punctuation. Your sentences begin with a capital letter and end with some type of punctuation. You may proceed to your independent practice.